And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the outside tails square, and then I'm going to taper these inside ones just very slightly so that when they assemble, they pinch these two pins just a little bit to compress the joint, make it fit a little tighter. It's important to again transfer so that you can look on the inside to make sure that you're not overcutting. The tools that I'll use for this: dovetail saw. This is a Gyokucho dovetail saw. It's fairly nice. It does a nice job cutting an oak, which is critical in this case. A lot of Japanese tools are rumored to not do well in oak. I haven't found that to be the case, especially with this Gyokucho saw. So like I said, the outside one is square. What I've done is lay this square against the table so that I can have a visual guide as to how square I am, in addition to just my ink mark, which is not enough in itself. You can watch the backside while I cut. I tend to leave my saw set the same way in terms of the angle, so I'll do all the lefts and then do all the rights. So this is where I begin tapering. Just slightly. I want to barely notice the taper. If you do too much, even something to the point where it's really visible is considered too much. So you want it to be almost imperceivable. And obviously if you keep taper it the wrong direction, it's not going to do well for you, so don't do that. Back to straight. That one was again slightly tapered, very barely tapered, almost imperceivable, hardly noticeable. I guess I can't stress that enough. Now we're going to go back and cut all the opposite sides. Now the key to dovetails is that you want to have this facet be basically flat, and especially on the outside you want them to be square. If they're curved at all because you corrected, it's not going to fit very well because the groove in the case, or the cutout in the case, is presumably going to be square. It's very hard to cut a dovetail where the tail is curved and the receiving socket is not. It's very hard to curve a socket. So to add to my point, if you're running slightly, I mean slightly, off of your line, it doesn't matter that much because you're going to transfer whatever marks you made onto the drawer front. So it's not ultra critical that everything be exactly 1/6 because we're not trying to match what a table saw can produce. We're not machines, we're not attempting to be machines. Now what I should have on the opposite side of this, if I did my job well, is cut all the way down to the line without cutting over. Yeah, you can see a little minute overcuts. That's not the end of the world, but you will see on the inside of the drawer that it was made by hand.